Now, there are some new polling numbers coming from Gallup that are showing that Trump is actually in pretty big trouble right now. It says Gallup Trump's job approval rating erodes among key groups. Now, it explains that the latest Gallup survey says 38% of voters approve of his job, the job that Trump is doing. He hit an all time high in early May of 49%. After the impeachment hearings, a lot of his numbers were really up in terms of approval. But with the Roni that has happened and his response, as well as George Floyd and the protests that have happened and his response, they've tanked, okay? So, if you remember in the early days of his presidency, he had horrible approvals. It was at 35, I guess was the lowest in early 2017 when he had first jumped in. Now, what's interesting is Republicans really sticking to their guns here. 91% saying they approve of the job he's doing. It's up from 85% last month, which is insane. But the Republican vote isn't exactly what matters here, although it is partially. It says, but the president has reached new lows among independents and Democrats. 33% of independents say they approve of the job Trump is doing. A 6-point drop from the same survey in early June. So that's a massive drop. It also says only 2% of Democrats approve of the job Trump is doing, the lowest on record. The disparity between Trump's job approval rating among Republicans and Democrats is the greatest Gallup has ever recorded. Now, you may be thinking, oh, well, it's just Democrats, who cares? That actually matters too, because a lot of Democrats who don't like Trump will end up being like, oh man, both these options suck big time, so I don't have enough motivation to go out and vote. I'm working that day or something like that. It's like, screw the system. But I think Trump is motivating a lot of those people to be like, man, this guy is so horrible, I have to go and vote him out, no matter who his opponent is. And so all Trump has been doing is giving those people ammunition and motivation. He's so stupid. He keeps doing all this insane stuff. Remember when he threatened to call in the military for the George Floyd protest? That's going to get a lot of those people who are disenfranchised, who hate the system, probably aren't going to go out to vote for Joe Biden, to actually go out and vote for him, because they're like, man, this guy is so bad. We need to get rid of him. It's also saying that Trump's job approval rating now is close to where one-term presidents George H.W. Bush and Jimmy Carter were at this point in the election cycle. It says Trump has seen an erosion of support among key voting blocs that supported him in 2016, including white people, men, voters without a college degree, and older people. Older people being the most crucial of the groups here, by the way, because they're the highest voting group. It says the Gallup survey found Trump's job approval rating among white people falling from 57% to 48%. Trump's approval among whites without a college degree has fallen from 66% to 57%. It says Trump's job approval rating among men has dropped from 53% to 46% in the past month. Trump's approval rating has fallen from 52% to 43% among voters aged 50 to 64, and from 51% to 47% among voters over the age of 65. Trump carried seniors by about 13 points over Hillary in 2016, and Biden is leading by 7 among the oldest group, which is pretty insane. So if these numbers hold true, Trump is finished. Independents are going to come out for Biden likely. Not only that, but I think that a lot of Democrats who were previously, not motivated to come out, I think are going to come out. I also think that some Republicans, some George H.W. Bush / George W. Bush-esque Republicans will probably come out and vote against him because Biden is a nominee that they would prefer and they find tolerable in this situation. And I think in general, there was always this kind of thing of, oh, hey, look, Hillary is a warmonger, all this stuff. And that all kind of turned out to be, really embarrassing for Trump because he ended up doing all of that stuff. So I think a lot of people, once they saw the Trump presidency and Hillary was no longer the nominee, like one of the most unpopular, if not the most unpopular politicians of all time, was out, Biden's favorables are nowhere near Hillary Clinton. I don't see how it's possible for Trump to win this election. I really don't. I don't see a pathway to it, especially if older voters come out against Trump, which I think is pretty likely. I think he's screwed, dude. I don't even know how it's possible for him to win at this point. I really don't.